Our final award tonight is a very special one. And I just want a man to be able to look out at your faces as we talk about him. I'm going to invite Dr. Dan Erickson up here. I've known this man for over 20 years. Yeah, come here, buddy. Slide up closer. Give me a hug. I love you, man. I want to tell you about my friend. Come to this side so I can kind of get this thing. I want to give you a history on this. And I want you to understand the depth and the importance of the award that he is being given tonight. Dr. Dan Erickson has been in men's ministry, ministering to and through men for a long, long time. He took his official title as a regional director in 1994 with Promise Keepers for the Northwest region. In 1998, Dan accepted the position of the first executive director of the National Coalition, then of Ministry to Men, or Men's Ministries. And then God put it on his heart to go back into a vocational ministry, launching People Matter Ministries, to tell everyone of every age, of every gender, that you matter to God, which has been his heartbeat, which has been his passion, that he gave you a unique fingerprint for his glory and his purpose. And God has used this man to raise up men and women across the world to tell them that they exist for a purpose and a destiny. He's the author of 5 books. He's the husband of 1 wife, and in December it'll be 45 years for he and Kathy. That's worth clapping for. He has 2 beautiful children married to their best friends, and he has 7 grandchildren. And his first grandchild wrote the foreword, grandfathering, of his latest book. Dan, on behalf of the National Coalition of Ministries to Men, I have the privilege and honor of presenting to Dr. Dan Erickson, People Matters Ministry, the Lifetime Achievement Award for ministering to men. I love you, buddy. These are your men, Dan. These are your men.
I'll be honest, I'm a little embarrassed. Because the only thing I really want to hear when I get to heaven is, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." You know, when God called me at 19 years old to go into the ministry, I never knew the road I would take, but God's never let me down. And our job is to go wash feet. There's a world out there that needs us to go down. See, I'm not the greatest man. I'm just a servant. I just came to wash feet. And I think that's how we're going to change the world. We're going to change it with a water basin and a towel. And if you really want a lifetime achievement, become a towel. Become a towel. And you'll change the world. Because it really isn't about us. It's about the God that lives in us. Because every day is the beginning of the rest of your life. And we can make a difference. We can make a difference. Amen. Thank you.
I wanted to just tell you what some of you may not know is in the middle of some of this several years ago. Dan had open heart surgery, and Satan tried to take him out. He was supposed to wake up that night. He didn't wake up till the next day. He scared a lot of people, but he's back. But here's the other thing you don't know. Several years after that, a few years ago, he began having seizures. He couldn't drive, couldn't really travel on his own, but he wasn't going to be stopped. And he would continue to minister, knowing full well at any time he may have a seizure. He'd come through it, and he'd pick up where he left off. But here's the last thing I want to say. How many of you have ever talked to Dan Erickson? How does he always close it with you? You're the best. I'm going to ask you to stand up. We don't get to do this very often. I'm going to count to 3. And I want you to say that to this guy and just point it to him because he needs to hear this. All right? 1, 2, 3.